back. Another double episode of MasterChef. Clearly, they're making up for that big old break they had. Excuse the ridiculous shirt. This shirt's for Mert, because we just got to cheer him on even more. We're just going to make this the MasterChef Mert recap. Okay, let's talk about it. They're coming back into the MasterChef kitchen, and it's full of delicious Blue Moon beer. Right out the gate, Mert's like, my frat boy's coming out. I'm like, Mert, it's been out, dude. You're not fooling anybody. These alcohol challenges, this is where you learn who the alcoholics are, because they all be drinking on set. We were all scared to do that. I don't know why they're drinking in front of Gordon Ramsay. All right, so the challenge is you got to use Blue Moon beer. The special guest, Grant from Regions season. I think I talked shit about one of his dishes and then we became friends on Instagram. Good to see you back in the kitchen, Grant. Hope they live up to, I don't know, your quality of beer drinking. Let's get into it here. All right, Gordon tells Michael, for winning the last challenge, 1, he has immunity, and 2, he gets to save one person and bring them up to the balcony. Well, let's talk about how that plays out. Everyone that has to cook, one person from their generation gets picked to go to the top, and one goes to the bottom. Stand out right away. If there's 2 people left in a generation, then one is top, one is bottom, no matter what. If there's 3 people in the generation, and Michael saves one person, then that puts 2 people, one person top, one person bottom. Like, it's just like cutting the odds for everybody. And then he could just save a weak person and take them out later, or he could really sink a whole generation by taking out a top contender in the generation. Okay, I hope that makes sense. They're getting confusing with this shit. The one last week was ridiculous. This one this week, hard to keep track of. Anyway, Gordon says, Michelin star dish in 45 minutes using Blue Moon beer. It is possible. I actually teamed up with Blue Moon and Tastemade about 7 years ago and did a really cool scallop dish for their Instagram and Tastemade's Instagram. And so good to see Blue Moon back in the MasterChef kitchen. I just feel like I'm paving the way for some of this stuff sometimes. I don't know. All right, we get started. 45 minutes. Let's be honest. Everyone's gotten so good and so talented. Everyone's so skilled that it used to be an hour in the MasterChef kitchen. Now it's 45 minutes, and that's including running into the pantry. Becca touches on never having beer before for religious reasons, and that's crazy. Didn't see that coming. And she's doing a beer poached shrimp. I don't know. I think this beer is going to throw a lot of people off. Jump over to Adam Hart. He seems to be crushing it. Adam is doing crispy chicken, a beer pan sauce, and then beer bread. Fantastic idea. You can do beer bread actually really quick. 3 ingredients. There's enough yeast in the beer. It gets the dough to rise while it's baking. You don't have to let it sit and rise. It's a fantastic idea. Adam Hart, to me, is like the ninja right now, like sneaking through the MasterChef kitchen, taking people out when they're not even going to see it coming. I want to see more from Adam. I just want to hear his voice. I feel like he is being quiet and sneaky, and like, I want to hear more. But the way they're showcasing him, the way the other contestants are acting around him, because sometimes you don't see it. The camera is playing up everybody's different storyline, but there's a whole like sub-storyline that's happening in the MasterChef kitchen between the contestants. And you can tell when they start giving advantages to people and how they use them. So keep your eye on Adam Hart. Rebecca runs out of the MasterChef pantry and, like classic boomer, runs to the wrong station. Kind of funny. And then we cut to the judges. They're giving input on what they would do. And that's all great. They've had all the time in the world to think about it. Cut over to Warren. Warren is doing beer marinated grilled shrimp. That's about as far as he's at right now. Haley chugging a beer while cutting mango. Classic Haley. You can take the girl out of the South, but you can't take the South out of the girl. Ugh, that didn't sound good. Fatima, she's doing a barbecue chicken with smashed potatoes. Sounds kind of safe, but she's making the barbecue sauce from scratch. Good move if she pulls it off. Cut to Mert. Mert and Adam are now shotgunning beers. Everybody's going to be hammered by the time they get to the pass. And then we got Daniela drinking beer. I don't even know what she's making. I'm worried about it. Here we go. Millennials only got 2 people because Michael, he's up on the balcony. Also, he was told in his advantage, he can't get rid of anybody from his generation. So right there between the millennials, one of them's in the top, one of them's in the bottom. This is scary. All right, we're getting through the cook. I mean, let's get to it, right? We are 15 minutes left. Gordon calls timeout. Here comes the advantage, disadvantage from Michael. Michael's walking the catwalk, looking overhead, getting ready to make his decision, and he decides to poach Adam Hart, takes him out of the kitchen, which shows, 1, his dish was probably going to be the best of the night, which now that kind of sucks for Adam because he was going to win the immunity pin going into next challenge. I'd be pissed to be taken out of this right now, especially when he's like crushing it. 2, it also shows Adam's the threat. It's not Mert. It's not Rebecca, although Rebecca should be the threat. Everyone's put their guard down because she's a boomer, but she's out cooking all of you. And then, yeah, it shows Adam Hart. He's the guy. Everybody be scared. Okay, 15 minutes are up. We got people sweating bullets. Time's up. Snake walk time. The judges are walking around. They go straight to the back. I really, honestly, I've said it before. I'll say it again. I don't wish the snake walk on my worst enemy. You're standing there. You could have the best dish, and the judges just with cold, stone cold faces just tell you, this is what you did. And you're like, yeah. And they're like, you stand by that? Yeah. And then they just turn and walk off. You're like, does that mean it's good? Is it bad? Did I do something wrong? Did I put enough salt? You're freaking out. The whole thing, you're freaking out. All right. Warren's dish. I don't know what this thing is. It looks a mess. There's 2 starches, two of everything but the protein. Fatima looks like she's in trouble. This chicken is, I don't know. It's a mess. Okay. Judges get back up to the front and they call up their first winner. Drum roll, please. Brrr, Mert. Shirts for Mert. Mert, you did it. You're in the top, bud. Trust me. I already knew. Mert slid into my DMs after all the shit talking I've been giving him, and he was like, watch out for next week. Mert, don't DM me the secrets, bud. Keep it to yourself. I want to be surprised. Oh, man. Look, Mert was one of 2 people that did a beer battered fish, which is the way to go. Gordon Ramsay is the guy up there. He's known for his fish and chips. He's got a whole restaurant dedicated to it in Vegas. Serve the guy an innovative version of fish and chips or some kind of beer battered fish. Just make it spectacular. Mert, your frat boy came out because you made fish tacos. But look, I'm kind of like, really? You just put them in a lettuce wrap? Like, so this didn't take more than 20 minutes. But I get it, 45 minutes, it's stressful. You would have blown the judges and everybody else away if you'd have gone and made your own tortillas, and you could have done it. It doesn't take that long either. Get some of the masa, some more water, get the tortilla press. 5 minutes, dude. You could have had your own tortillas. And then everyone would have been shocked. And then you could have even taken it further and crisped those tortillas up and made tostadas. But anyway, that's me from, being an armchair expert over here. They did look good, though. They looked really good, and you're in the top. So congratulations, Mert. Kamei gets called up with this beautiful pork chop. Now, Michael, I know you're up on the balcony with the win from last week with a pork chop, but this pork chop is it. Take lessons. It looks amazing. Blackberry blue moon sauce. Love that idea. Kamei, you crushed it. Congratulations on being in the top. Finally, Arthur. Arthur goes to the top. I love it, man. Arthur, I've loved your plating this entire time. I loved your concepts. I love your desire to be simplistic but impactful. Finally in the top. And then we have, guess who's at the top again? Rebecca. This boomer has got more cookbook pages up her sleeve than Julia Child. Snapper puttanesca with this creamy polenta. I want a whole mess of this. I mean, crushed it. In the top. And then, when Gordon gives out compliments that it's a dream to eat this, you win. And guess what? She wins. And guess what? This podcast is about the losers. So great job, Becca, but let's move on. Don't forget, everyone, I said at the top, you guys are all messing up, assuming that because Rebecca's a boomer, you don't have to worry about her. You guys need to be taking her out every chance you could get. Anyway, now she's got immunity. She's going into the team challenge with immunity. You guys are messing up. You guys are sleeping on Rebecca. Fucking boomer wins this thing. I'm going to be pissed. All right. First in the bottom, Fatima. She did these chicken legs and chicken legs, chicken drums. They're so moist. And she's getting told they're dry. I don't know how you did this, but fuck. And then the salad, the no-dress salad, and she's defending it. I don't really like my salads dressed. What? That's like walking out in public naked. Joe will tell you he wants his salad dressed. Not good. Not good. The potatoes, they were smashed, but no sear, no color. It's definitely a bottom dish and lackluster for sure. I don't know. You have 45 minutes in this giant MasterChef pantry and you give us chicken legs and no-dress salad. I'd expect that from Mert. Jeet is in the bottom, which is sad because I think it's really truly just because plating. It looks like, I don't know, Rose is lying on the door yelling for Jack while the Titanic's sinking behind her. It looks terrible. But the judges redeem her, say it tastes really good. And right now, the bar for making it through, it's low. It's a low bar. So Jeet, You got nothing to worry about. It tastes good. It looks like shit. You can bounce back. Daniela, beer poached shrimp and rice. 30 seconds away from being perfect is what I wrote. Oh, her shrimp. Yeah, her shrimp. Look, everyone thinks, oh, shrimp's easy. I'll just cook it real quick. But you know how fast it goes from perfect to overcooked? About 30 seconds. You know how fast it's not cooked? About 30 seconds. 30 seconds short. We ain't in the game of horseshoes and hand grenades here. It's MasterChef. Get it right. Yeah, rough bottom three, but as expected, the right bottom three. Right now, you can kind of look around and see who's next. Worried for everybody that is not Adam Hart, Mert, Becca, or Rebecca. If you're not those four, you better get your shit together quick. Haley, I see you back there trying to climb to the top. You better do it, girl, or you're going to run out of time. Anyway, let's cut the half of this double episode short. Fatima's going home. Sad to see her go, but really you could tell it was her time. And it's tough. It's tough. It's a hard part going out in the middle like that. Fatima, congratulations on making it that far, though. I know it's stressful. Come on the podcast, talk to it, check your DMs. I'm going to be sending you a message. All right. It's time to rock. All right, that was dumb. We are at a fucking rock quarry. MasterChef, are you running out of ideas? A rock quarry? Truly, I think this is what happened. Gordon's son was like, Dad, I like monster trucks and Tonka trucks and tractors, and can you drive a tractor? And so he was like, let's go fucking drive a big old work truck. I don't know. That was dumb too. I'm not on my game this morning. Here we go. We are at the last 13 people. Lucky 13. And Rebecca is team captain. And Gordon just says, I'm picking teams. It's Boomers and Gen Z and Millennials and Gen X. That's the best way it could go. Mert, you keep talking about these boomers and having trouble with them in team challenges, but you want the boomer on the team challenge. They're not going to go off the rails. They're going to do what they're told. They're going to tell you what to do. And if you guys respect your elders, you'll make it into the finish line. Okay, here we go. Let's see. We have the teams picked, and then they got to pick their protein. And Rebecca picks the chicken. Arthur's captain of the red team. They pick the burger. Look, the burger's the way to go on this one because you got to cook so many. You need something that's forgiving. A burger, if you're anywhere from medium rare to medium well, it's going to serve. It's going to be good. Chicken, it has to be cooked, and it can't be overcooked, and it can't be undercooked. Like, there's so much more room for error with the burger than the chicken. Whatever. I don't know what people are thinking. Go back and watch every episode of MasterChef before you go on MasterChef. Please, let's just get to it. The blue team is delegating. Rebecca wants to do the chicken sandwich, grilled chicken sandwich, and she wants to do a wet marinade, and Horacio doesn't. Horacio's like taking charge kind of from the sideline, which is terrible because he's getting flustered, and I don't know. I'm just like not crazy about this whole dish and the whole thing. And then we cut over to the red team, and Arthur is just like quiet as a mouse. Like you can actually hear Kimberly squeaking on the other team, and not very well delegating. But oddly enough, they come up with a fantastic burger, a Swiss bacon burger. Sounds amazing. Side of slaw, like fantastic. And you get like 30 minutes to put your dish together and take it up and show the judges and show Gordon what you're serving. I've actually never seen a team challenge dish go up to the pass in the 30 minutes and get such rave reviews from Gordon Ramsay. Red team, it's in the bag at this point. Like Gordon said, and here he is, foreshadowing, it's yours to fuck it up. Let's hope they don't. Cut back over to the blue team, the Zoomers. Mert, if there's anything you created in this MasterChef kitchen, that one's a good one. Gen Z and Boomers is Zoomers. Love it. Well, the Zoomers are off to a rocky start. They have like 12 pieces of chicken ready, and guests are coming in, and they're freaking out. And Horacio is scared of the fucking grill. He's like, it's so hot. Yeah, it's a big-ass fucking grill. It's probably about 800 degrees. Go watch season 12. Watch me next to that thing. Take a lesson. What are you doing? You're on the grill. Man up, dude. Also, any of the other people on this team want to step up and take over the grill? Because clearly he's doing terrible. Fast forward. This is my least favorite team challenge. They're outside. Dust is blowing everywhere. It's a mess. Gordon's worried about lettuce being dirty, not being washed to go on the burger. Hello, you're probably going to be coughing up dust for like the next 10 days. Let's just get to the end. Red team fell apart the whole time. They couldn't handle the burgers. weren't pumping out enough burgers. These grills are giant. Like, you could cook 5 people on these grills, and they've only put 6 burgers. Like, they're doing 6 burgers at a time. The chicken on the blue team, every piece of skin was burnt. I don't even know. It was a failure on all levels. And you'd think this far into the game, they'd have it figured out yet. Everyone that wants to be in MasterChef, go watch this team challenge and don't do any of what they did, and you will win. Do the opposite of what everybody did, and you will win, because this was terrible. Mert comes up to save the chicken with Haley, but, you know, do you guys not see that grill goes up and down? You can get the sear and then lift it out of the heat and get all those chickens cooking in the very beginning, and then it's just bang, 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 bang. You just serve from the grill. Like, you could have every one of them cooked. Start on one end, go to the other, put a couple minutes in between every 12, and then lift that motherfucking thing up in the air, and then you can literally serve from one side to the other and have no hiccups. And then you wouldn't run out of any sides or nothing. Not the same with the burgers, though. This is the hard part with the burgers. They should have seared them all, got them all sandbagged. This is the thing with red meat and team challenges. Sandbag that shit, and then put them back on that grill, lift it up to where they're all cooking, get them right to a medium rare, slap that cheese on, serve. Like, everyone just complicates this. And then it's because they're not listening to Gordon Ramsay. He's there trying to help you. He's there yelling at you. And everyone just shuts down. It's like they just shove giant fucking carrots in their ears and they don't listen. Anyway, the best part of this episode is the determining factor of who wins, with Gordon having dynamite blowing up in the background and then revealing that the blue team wins. Horacio, you're fucking lucky, dude, because you were going home if your team didn't win. You about sunk them left and right. It was like you were running around the ship poking holes in the bottom. 3 people stepped forward on the red team, and it's announced Arthur is going home. Sadly, when you lead the team like that, it is on your shoulders. He knew it. He accepted it. Eyes were dry. He went home with his head high. Arthur, you should be proud, man. For someone like you, a family man, a businessman, you know, living in Malibu, making that life happen and providing for your family to go risk it all on MasterChef, you really showed you have an amazing palate and you have a love for food. So, hey, man, come on the podcast. Let's talk about it. I would love to hear more about your food journey and all your success. Again, good job, loser. Guys, if you love these recaps and you want to see more, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to share. Thank you, guys. See you next week.